Hello there, my name is Arva Whitfield-Miocic. I'm from Euronews. There's reports that China is changing the way that it is reporting the figures, in that unless people are showing symptoms, they will not be classified as confirmed, even if a test comes back positive. What are your thoughts on that? And also, secondly, looking back at the effusive praise that's been given for China, has the Chinese government approached the WHO to ask it to stand up and say that China is doing a good job here? Was there pressure put on this organisation to say those sorts of things? Did the Chinese government say to the WHO that it should give it praise? Because I've noticed a few organisations have done that, and I know how important it is saving face in China.
So the first question was, I think, on a case definition, so maybe...
I will start from the second one. While I think Mike had already said it, and also I can give you more examples why we recognize what China is doing. For instance, the pathogen was identified at a time record time, and immediately they shared the sequence. And when they shared the sequence, it helped other countries to prepare the diagnostic tools to test cases. That by implication means they have helped actually in preparing other countries and in preventing the problem from growing. Because when you don't test or diagnose, you know, cases will be missed and transmission will, local transmission can be established. In addition to that, the other reason we appreciate and recognize is, I will give you one example which I said before also. There was a Chinese lady who visited Germany, and she returned to Shanghai, and she was found positive. Then the Chinese authorities immediately notified Germany that a positive person had visited Germany and that they have to take action. And Germany took that information and immediately took action to prevent any serious problem. And that's why now things are under control in Germany. So I think you would agree with me that it's very important to appreciate a country or an individual qualified for something you see. It's the truth. But I don't know why you said only WHO or few agencies, but we were in this boardroom for a board meeting, and almost all member states were praising China for what it did. And they had a reason. The reason others were saying, many countries were saying, was China took action massively at the epicenter, at the source of the outbreak. It's a shutdown of the Wuhan city, and that helped in preventing cases from being exported to other provinces in China and the rest of the world. And I remember a board member from UK said verbatim, this is heroic. Because when you shut down a city and a province like that, it has consequences, economic and so on, serious consequences. So what's wrong acknowledging this? Because they're saying the actions of China is making us safer. And I know there is a lot of pressure on WHO when we appreciate what China is doing. But because of pressure, we should not fail to tell the truth. We should tell the truth. And that's the truth. China doesn't need to ask to be praised. And I don't expect any country asks to be praised. It was not, it is not. That's the truth, the whole truth. And with my colleagues, we speak the same language because we have seen these concrete things that should be appreciated. I will add one more. We have met the president. We have seen the level of knowledge he has on the outbreak. We saw firsthand that he is leading the outbreak directly. And you know, we always ask for political commitment, political leadership. That's what we have seen. So, don't you appreciate that kind of leadership that's really committed? Again, the truth. We don't say anything to appease anyone. It's because it's the truth. And then I will give you more dimension to it. China is not the first country we have acknowledged. We acknowledged other governments. We even gave them recognitions in our assembly for the right things they did. It helps in two ways. One, it helps them to continue doing the right things they're doing. But secondly, it helps other countries to recognize the good practice that country which is recognized is doing, and they can learn from that country. That's it. But I have been asked this question many times. Mike has been asked this question many times. Bernard, many of our colleagues, Maria, Sylvie, and so on, our answer is the same. It's true that we have seen many good things that is slowing the outbreak. This is a very serious virus, and China is doing many good things that's slowing the virus, and the facts speak for themselves. And this has to be recognized. And the whole world is seeing this because if you see the number of cases, although in China it's more than 40,000, but in the rest of the world we have less than 400 or around 400 and only one death. So let the truth speak for itself. And the world can judge. There is no abstraction here, or there is no, what do you call it, spinning here, because if the rest of the world had cases, especially in the 24 countries which have reported cases, I don't think they will hide it. It's because they don't have cases. That's what we think. So the world, the rest of the world is still safer compared to Wuhan and the Hubei province, by the way. It's in a better shape. And that's why I always say there is a window of opportunity. So while we have this small number of cases, 400, and only one death, there is a window of opportunity. Please, the world, wake up to really hammer this virus, and prevent it from being a serious problem or a crisis in the rest of the world. And I hope you will agree with me that you take all the factors whichever way, there are things that should be recognized. And because of pressure, I will not stop doing that or saying that, because it's the truth. Even if it's just one person staying and telling the truth, I think that should be the case. And we're telling the truth, and we will tell the truth. And that's what we believe. This is not just personal to Tedros. It's our position. We have been together when we traveled. Mike was with me, Bernard was with me, Sylvie was with me. We have seen what we have seen. And we are giving qualified recognition. And actually, my call is, please, let's recognize as a world, as a globe, what China is doing and help them and show the solidarity. If there is any problem in the process on the outbreak, something that they failed to do, there will be challenges. There are challenges. I know there will be weaknesses. Even China itself is saying it. We will assess that, learn from it, and improve for the future. But now, what's important is not stigmatizing a country or attacking a country, but stand in solidarity and fight against this common enemy, COVID-19, or the virus. We have to fight it in unison. as humanity, because we're one. And this virus attacks every human being. No one is immune. It's a threat to all of us. So we should start in unison. I think it's time to really unite and attack this virus. I was so humbled and I was so happy today when I sat with scientists full of this house. Everybody was using the same language. They said, we will work together. There is a common enemy. And we will plan immediate actions, medium and long term, and stop this outbreak. As humanity, this is a common agenda to all of us. That's what they said. And they have also recognized focusing on the epicenter and at the source, what China is doing is actually the right thing to do. So it's that kind of solidarity we need. Solidarity, solidarity, solidarity. To be honest, let's not waste our time on saying who is acknowledging, why is acknowledging, and so on. Let's focus on the work. Let's calm down, no panic, no fear, and try to do the right things with solidarity. And that's what I would ask. Thank you.